Greetings. This has been a very, very long, very difficult, very divisive election season. So I thought I'd share some thoughts with you as we bring this season to a close and get prepared to go on to the next plateau. First of all, communication. Communication is important. Words are important. Choosing which words to use and which ones not to use when discussing the issues of the day does matter. And listening to the viewpoints of others with whom we do not agree is also a critical part of the process. I went to my favorite barbershop the other day, and I always enjoy the discussion there because basically I'm kind of a blue guy in a very red barbershop. But they actually listen to me. And I listen and respect their views, and we're able to laugh together, despite our differences. That's the kind of spirit of renewal that we need in America. You know, because in reality, most of our political arguments are not over the final objective. We all want our children to have a better education, a better life. We all want peace, prosperity, freedom, with equal justice and respect for all. So the debate usually centers on our methods of achieving those common objectives. Because at our core, we probably agree on 90% and robustly disagree on that last 10% on how to establish or accomplish our goals. So the key is finding a way to have an intelligent conversation with those we disagree, without resorting to name calling and the your mother wears combat boots type of insults. I remember as a young county legislator and a member of the minority party way back then, 36 members, and it was 31-5 in the early 70s. Well, I learned how to challenge the established order without throwing the baby out with the bathwater. We would very often go across the street after a robust debate on the floor and then share a beer or two. We actually developed a kind of grudging respect for each other. And the same thing happened as a young lawyer as I learned to be an advocate for my client or for my position. But after the court arguments, I always tried to smile and shake hands and keep things from getting personal. I didn't always succeed, but I did always try. Part of the restorative process after this election that we need to engage in, especially after this election, no matter who wins, is to find a way to remain civil to one another, despite our differences. Well, one way to do that is to avoid labeling. I think it was the Dutch philosopher Soren Kierkegaard who once said, "If you label me, then you can dismiss me." Well, if we can avoid labeling each other just long enough to listen and understand each other's point of view, that would go a long way toward healing our now broken political institutions. Stop the shouting. Stop the name calling. Stop the insults. And start listening without labeling. Now, I'm not suggesting that we abandon the facts, because instead our collective search should be to establish a common set of facts, or as common a set of facts as we can, and then devise solutions to the challenges we face based upon those facts. And robust debate on those issues, it's a good thing, with the emphasis on issues, not personalities. Because in the final analysis, our system works best when we fight the good fight, see who wins and loses, and then unite behind the winner and go forward. We need to remember to sing God Bless America in unison more often. Our collective hearts still melt, at least mine does, when we sing the Star-Spangled Banner together at sporting events and other occasions. It's an emphasis on the ties that bind us, rather than the discord that divides us. that needs to be front and center after this election. We are all neighbors. We are all friends, or at least potential friends. And the bottom line is, we are all Americans. Let's not forget that as we go forward.